Yo, happy Friday everybody, it's Jack and welcome back to another video, and today I want to talk about SM Squared once again and some legitimate concerns that myself and some of you guys have. Some of you might have even said something in the comment section as well, and there is some validity to that, but at the same time I'm not sure, so that's kind of what we want to get into today. Now, there's absolutely no doubt whatsoever that SM Squared is actually a very highly anticipated game that the Call of Duty community is more than waiting for. And if you guys want proof, I'm going to put something on the screen right now, okay? That kind of support on one of my videos, that level of support, I have not seen that in quite a long time. Now, granted, part of that reason is my fault. I never really got on the Modern Warfare hype train because I didn't like Modern Warfare, and truth be told, somewhere around the middle of Black Ops 4, I kind of got burnt out or whatnot, and kind of stopped doing YouTube at that point. It was one of the times that I actually stopped and quit, and then came back. I've done that a couple times here on the channel. So yeah, I mean, I haven't seen numbers anywhere near that since around the Black Ops 4 time. So first of all, thank you very much for the level of support and the kind comments that you guys have said in the comment section. It is greatly appreciated and very motivating as well. But there was something else. Now, we know that these creators of SM Squared are absolutely doing God's work. I mean, they're passionate, they're not getting paid as far as I understand. This is basically something that they want to do because, I mean, it's really the definition of a game for the fans, by the fans. And these guys, obviously, they understand how to put this thing together. And granted, I don't think it's a very big team as well. I think the team is actually very small. But they're basically getting it done. They still have they're doing their regular routine of going to work, and then they're putting in all that extra time into a passion project like this. So, I mean, these guys are definitely the kind of guys that deserve all the respect in the world, because when you're doing something like that, and especially you're not getting paid for it or whatnot, it speaks volumes about the amount of passion that you have in the desire to do something like this. So basically, we all know that plutonium exists, right? Like there's plutonium, which is basically kind of It is a PC version of, like, let's say Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops 2, no, Modern Warfare 3 and Black Ops 3 or whatnot. I think maybe Modern Warfare 2 as well. I think they might have plutonium, but I'm pretty sure it's just Modern Warfare 3 and Black Ops 2. And basically, when this thing was first known, plutonium became very popular. YouTubers were making videos on it. I think I even made a video talking about it after watching one fellow content creator making a video talking about it as well. So obviously, with SM Squared, these guys are taking it to a whole other level. This is basically kind of like the dream Call of Duty game that a lot of fans have actually wanted. I remember when I first posted my first video on Thunderstruck Gaming years ago, and this was years ago. My first video I was talking about it was, hey, what if somebody bought Activision? And then actually the first video I ever made on my channel here, if you go back, the first video I ever made was talking about Sledgehammer, Infinity Ward, and Treyarch joining forces to make the ultimate Call of Duty game. And to a certain degree, this is kind of like that. And granted, if these guys wanted to, they can continuously update the game right after whenever this game comes out. I'm personally hoping for a 2022 release, but at the same time, even though I'm not as tech savvy or nowhere near as knowledgeable as these people that are making these games, as well as some of you guys in the comment section that continue to educate me as well, I know that these things take time, and if the game were not to be released in 2022, I know that it's definitely possible for there to be a delay with this as well. But the big concern that I also have, that was also mentioned in the comments section to me, I believe that was also in the SM Squared video, the previous one, is lawsuits. Now, plutonium is okay. They haven't really gotten any lawsuits or anything like that. Now, in my mind, I like to think, I guess, the creators of SM Squared are safe from getting like a lawsuit from Activision or something like that, or some sort of thing like that, because to my knowledge, it's a non-profit thing. They're not gaining any sort of profit whatsoever. But at the same time, I'm not as knowledgeable in terms of the little things in between that could pop up. You know, like for instance, I'm sure the Activision lawyers themselves know a hell of a lot of things. So my biggest fear is that somehow, some way, there might be a chance that Activision might go after these guys. And because the thing is, if you look at it, these guys, I truly believe that these guys here, with the amount of passion that they have and what they're setting out to do, they are a true legitimate threat to basically to Activision, simply because of the fact that a lot of players, if they see a better version of Call of Duty, if they see a version of Call of Duty the way that it's meant to be, and in terms of like being listened to and all that kind of stuff, they're gonna take a good percentage of the Call of Duty community, and that percentage of the Call of Duty community is going to move on to SM2. I mean, for instance, whenever I post a video talking about Vanguard, not nearly as popular as what's it called? As me talking about SM2. Like, when the popularity of that video started going up and I started seeing, like, by the day there were hundreds of views or whatnot, like 100 views a day or something like that, I was shocked, and then it became very clear that the community itself is very interested in the project. They're anticipating it, they're waiting for it. And like myself, I am just hoping and praying that Activision, for whatever reason, again, it's very freaking, like, there's so many different things that come into play when you involve lawyers and shit like that. But again, things that I'm not as aware of. Perhaps some of you guys might be interested in telling me. But even though it seems like there's always a way that something could happen. And the thing is, I'm legitimately concerned, and I don't want that to happen, because I think these guys are going to be like the guys that are like going to basically show them how it's done. And honestly, I think it is the only way of forcing Activision to step up their game and improve their game. Like, in other words, remove the skill-based matchmaking, listen to the community and stuff like that, and take notes from what SM2 and the people that are designing SM2 are doing. Because obviously they're doing it right, because if they're going to take a very big chunk, if not the majority of the chunk of your fan base, as I fall off the map right there, away from you without gaining any profit whatsoever, just imagine the kind of profit you'd be able to gain if you actually did your thing right, because obviously Activision owns Call of Duty. They're the ones that are in charge, so it's their thing, right? So imagine the amount of profit that they would get if they did it right. I mean, back in the day, that's kind of what happened. I mean, granted, there's been different iterations that some fans love and some fans hate, but it used to be a hell of a lot better than what it is now, and all the things that they've implemented or whatnot. So these are my thoughts. This is what I think. So I'm coming from a place of passion, just like these developers are, and I want to know down in the comment section what you guys think. And at the same time, feel free to like give me input on this, so that way I can have further knowledge and less worries, even if that. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you guys on the next one, and have a great weekend.